116 calling them.
108 Romeo Oscar 116, good afternoon. You get 163 Oscar Papa 110. The name is Darren. I'm sure I've watched you before, recognise the call there. And I'll give you a better report on the next one. Hopefully the conditions will hang around there for a bit there. 108 Romeo Oscar 116 163 Oscar Papa 110, over.
Okay there, Dan. Good to hear you again. You are correct. I spoke to you last year and you made me a film star on your video there. Your report here for the northeast coast of Scotland, it's 5 and 9 plus at the time, and the name's Danny, sorry, Delta Alpha November Yankee, over.
QSL, Danny. Are you in a farm? Danny?
Negative, I know my room's untidy, but come on.
I've tried to. I know. I recognise the call sign there and the voice here. Danny, did you used to? Was it drive buses or did you used to transport trucks around the country, over?
I've been retired for a great long time now, Dan. I used to be a truck driver for most of my life there, over.
Yeah, I thought we'd spoke about that there. Yeah, I'm still driving trucks. Not unfortunately, I enjoy it. I work locally in the recycling industry, so I'm home every evening at 5 PM. I don't do weekends, so it's Monday to Friday there. It's a hard day at the office driving the truck, mind you, with the amount of great drivers on the road there. I'm being sarcastic about that, but yeah, it's enjoyable. I enjoy it anyway. I've been doing it for about 15 years now, Danny. Yeah, you're 5 and 9 plus, a little bit of QSB, but most of the time you're 5 and 9 plus there. And last year, so nice to hear you again there. Hope all was well your end there, and fantastic you're retired. I've still got a number of years yet, unless the lottery numbers come up there, Danny. But glorious day here in Tenby, Tango Echo November, Bravo Yankee, the seaside town of southwest Wales there. It's jam-packed with tourists at the moment there, so yeah, it's really busy. Blue sky, sunshine, about 18 degrees down here it is at the moment there, Danny. Nice to hear you again, and I'm actually recording at the moment for the YouTube channel. I don't know if you wish to be on it again, Danny, over.
Yeah, it's no problem there, Dan. Paul copied your last over. A little bit of QSB, but it's soon recovered there. Yeah, I do follow your video channel. I have it bookmarked, and I check in every couple of days just to see what you're up to there, Dan. Yourself and another friend of mine, Kate, who you've spoken to, and I've watched both videos. Charlie Echo 01 Kate down in Canterbury there. I've watched you video and her video and you. Quite interesting that. But, yeah, you're doing fine there, Dan. The equipment here, it's still the same. Kenwood 590 Sierra Golf. Kenwood Death Mike Charlie 90. Vertical antenna by President. And at the moment, like yourself, I got a new toy at Christmas. I've got an 8-ohm amplifier, and the input at the moment is 600 watts. Dan, go ahead.
It's sounding terrific there. A great radio. I had the Kenwood TS 590 SG there last year. I sold it. I should have kept it, but I maybe get another one there. All the 590, the SG there, they're great radio. They're built like a tank there, Danny. Built like a tank and sound outstanding, mate. And yeah, I got the new toy as well, the 1010. I had the TL922 Alpha there, the really old amplifier, and it was some power, some machine there. But ran into a couple of issues with it after getting it all serviced and everything there. And I sold it to another fellow operator there down in England there. And he's actually originally from Poland. And he got to the bottom there. It was a simple repair. It was a dry solder, would you believe it? But I leave all that stuff to the professionals that know what they're doing there. I can do little bits and bobs to radios, but I ain't no radio tech from all means there, Dan, and I'd rather leave all that stuff to the people that actually know what they're talking about there, for a fact know what they're talking about, because it's no worth taking the chance. You'll end up ruining a piece of equipment there, and especially with the amplifiers. I don't fancy opening one of the lids there and prodding about there in case it's my last ever bit of time on planet Earth, if you know what I mean. But it sounded good there, mate. I'm using the Sim 610, probably the same radio maybe for the last yeah, it will be. I've had this for nearly 2 years now, this radio. And the hex beam antenna about 10 metres over the ground there, probably a different antenna. No, it would be the same antenna, what am I talking about? Time's going that fast there, with all this COVID stuff there, Danny. The past 2 years have just shot by there. It's unbelievable how fast it has there. And I'm glad I came back into the shack the afternoon. I've worked quite a few stations up in Scotland there, into England, Northern Ireland and the Republic there. I love the short skip conditions, they're great there. And they all noted on the contact I had with Kate there. I think that's a couple of years ago now. It will be losing track of time again there. It was fantastic contact there. I was actually, if I remember right, I was using my Cobra 148 GTL DX Mark II, and Kate was using the President Madison. It was a great contact there, Danny, over.
Yeah, but it was, as I said, it was very, very interesting. And it's just, as I said, I'm on, Kate videoed me as well one time last year. Out of interest, I've heard it a couple of times this year on FM, but the conditions are just not there for me at the moment there. But anyway, yeah. She likes her old school radios, and she does some DX, and I'll tell you, my goodness, that girl talks to a lot of people out. It's absolutely amazing just where she gets to. But yeah, just to refresh your memory there, I'm about 50 miles south of the city of Aberdeen, about 500 metres from the North Sea, a little fishing village called Arbroath, Darnova.
Yeah, QSL, thanks for reminding us there, mate. There sounds a great location there. And yeah, we're in the seaside town here, Tenby. And yeah, it's busy with tourists at the moment. They're all influx in big style there, so but it's a tourist area here, so they come from all over, mate. I love it. I love Tenby, mate. It's the best move I've ever done in my life, to tell you the truth there. Even though I love Scotland a lot there, and we got whenever we can there. I've not been up for about 3 years the last time now, but I don't know when the next time is, to tell you the truth there. But anybody that wants to see me, they come down and visit here, and they just love the place, you know what I mean? It's a different place wherever you go there. You got different areas there, and it's a great place. It's a seaside town. It's not a massive place here, but it's amazing the influx of tourists that come here to visit the area. It's unbelievable there. The only thing this time of year there what I don't really like is trying to park the car uptown. It's a nightmare, mate, and sometimes I end up with a parking ticket because I'm used to parking wherever I want in the winter. But when it comes to summer months here, the traffic wardens are out in big force there to give people parking tickets, unfortunately. But and then they close a section of the actual Tenby town off there, so that there's no vehicles driving into the centre there. So it even makes it more difficult to park there, and I can't nip up to Greg's whenever I want a pasta there at certain times of the day. I think the traffic ban's from like 11 o'clock to about 5 in the evening there. So it is, but it's only a couple of months in the summer they do it, you know. But there we go, we can't complain. They've got a lot of cafes there that open up and you can sit outside there, no? So it's quite nice in a way. Obviously, if the weather's there, you can go and do it there, Danny, over.
Yeah, all copied there. Yeah, funnily enough, I can't remember when it was. I think it was February or January. I was speaking to, well, I've spoken to her many times over the years, a friend of yours also, Anne in Istanbul, 116 AT111, is it? I'm not 100% sure, I just call her Anne all the time there. And she said, she had mentioned about, I said I'd noticed a video of her on your YouTube channel, and she says, to quote, he's never lost his Scots accent, and I really do have to agree on that one, damn Nova.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I try to keep it. I do try to keep it, even though I try to speak slower when I'm on the radio. My missus tells me, you speak like a robot when you're on that sodding radio. The missus, I've been with the missus coming up 25 years now, and she knows I'll enjoy the radio, you know what I mean? she knew about it when I started going out with her. But I didn't get back into hobby. About 9 years ago I came back into it again, and I'm glad I did, mate, to tell you the truth. I'm loving the hobby all over again there. Danny there. Yeah, Anne, when I spoke to Anne last year, I think it was last year, I spoke to her a couple of times since here, and I spoke to her and I said, I spoke to you about maybe 25 years ago or 26 years ago I spoke to you, and believe it or not, I said to Anne there, I've still got your QSL card. Thankfully I've still got all my QSL cards from back in the 90s there. Lucky enough they were kept at my parents' there. And as I'm looking over to the left hand side of the shack wall here now, and I can see the 116 AT111 QSL card from back in the 90s there. And I said to her there it was up in the shack wall, and she was amazed that I've still got it there. So it's up there, and it takes pride with all the other QSL cards I've got there. I'm so glad that I managed to... my parents actually kept them for me there. I've had them for a number of years in my own attic, believe it or not, there. And I used to have the shack in the attic also, and I had them all plastered there in the attic there just to brighten up a bit. And now I've got them in this shack here, now outdoor shack here, Danny. But yeah, it was good. It was good to work her there. Turkey comes in here reasonably well at times, but as they say, it's just your Donald Duck there if you're sitting in front of the radio at the time there. But it was good to hear her and work her again, and knowing that some of the stations are still into the hobby from all these years ago. Some have actually come back into it again after QRT for many years, just like myself. You know, I was off the radio for many years. When I first moved down to Tenby here in 1999, I bought a radio there on the Millennium it was, and I tried it out there, and I just didn't get back into it. It just wasn't the same. So many things had changed there, and I thought there about must be coming up 9 years ago, I thought, I'm going to get a radio and see what it's like there, and I've got the bug all over again, Danny, over.
To acknowledge another station calling there. Please, one moment. Yeah, I do agree with you, Dan. Excuse me, I've been doing this a really long time. I'm not going to give you figures over the year for sure, but yeah, it's... as I said, I never really lost it. Just like yourself, due to circumstances, moving about the country or just work, family, whatever, nobody really does it consistently. There's always a break every now and again for a wee while there, but yeah, I've stuck with it quite a while now. But yeah, just for your interest, the WX here, it's overcast, but it's about 18 degrees. Yesterday it was sunny and the same temperature, but with gusts of wind over 40, 45 mile an hour. But yeah, and it was quite amazing to... one thing I did notice, the propagation the last couple of days has just been crazy. Now, a coincidence, I spoke to a friend of mine from Belgium yesterday a couple of times, and he said, I do miss where we used to speak at midnight. Do you know what happened last night? I spoke to him at midnight. I was also speaking in Sweden and Germany and a few other stations between 11:30 and maybe 1 o'clock in the morning there. It was just absolutely, it's wonderful at times, Dan Roller.
Yeah, Chris, yeah, it's good when you're speaking to regular stations there, and ones that you've maybe not heard in a long time, and then you're reminiscing about the old times you spoke there and everything there, and yeah, it's just fantastic. It still puts, it still amazes me how it works, all the propagation there, and like there's no wires joined together. You know what I mean? It just amazes me. I try to get my sons into radio there, and sadly they're not interested, but they know what it's all about and everything. You know, I had my youngest son on the radio a few years back there when I had the radio in the truck there, and I said try and make contact with me when I'm at work, and we arranged it there, and they gave me a shout. The video's actually on YouTube, but he was only 12 at the time there, and he knows all the phonetic codes and everything, no, but he's no interested in it. And same with my other two sons, they're just no, sadly they're no interested. Maybe in later years when I snuff it and they sell any radio equipment, they might get interested, but maybe that's about it, no. But yeah, he spoke to me in the truck there, and I was about 30 miles away, and he was amazed with it, you know what I mean? He was a bit embarrassed when I put it on YouTube, mind you, but he laughs about it now. Well, that's about 4 years ago, and he's actually, my youngest is 16 now, and but they're all into their computers, their gaming things and that there, and all the social media things and that there, and they do say, why do you want to do that when you can just pick up the phone? Their attitude is no, but I says, well, I did this in my youth, and I'm glad that I get back in. But my eldest son was sitting outside the shack this morning there. I was in the shack for half an hour this morning before I took my car down to the garage here. Lucky enough, I know the chap there, and he opened his garage up to check my car over, get some car issues there. And my son went out there to go on the fishing boat there. He's actually a fisherman there. And they turned up here to go out and that, and some of the other boats weren't going out there. So they rescheduled it for another day there, unfortunately, because they didn't want to go out. They was actually going on the Wilkin boat for the Wilks this morning there. And some of the other boats weren't going out. So there was no point in them going out there, because they won't send the truck down to collect the Wilks there until there's a full load sort of thing. So they would just be destroyed, and it would just be not earning any money today. So he never went out, but he's going out tomorrow, you know. And he was sitting there by the shack there, and I was talking about the radio and that, and I put the radio on and that there, and he was listening to a few contacts I made, and he says, it is interesting, but I don't think I'd ever take it up, Dad, you know, but maybe one day, you never know there. But yeah, it's a joy there, Danny, over.
Yeah, Roger, and that. Dan, I know it's your frequency, but there was a station calling, and he's maybe been very patient there. If you don't mind, I'll see if there's another station there. They may be looking for you, maybe for me, I'm not too sure there. The station is called QSK, please go ahead. I think it is. I believe you know Dan as well there. Yeah, good to hear you, Alan. How are you? Yeah, okay. Alan, I'll go back to Dan because he's making a video, and I don't want to fill his video with you and I speaking there. Dan, I don't know if you can hear Alan from Knockby there, but I think he knows you. I'm not quite clear on that one. I think so anyway. Yeah, Dan, the propagation is dropping a little bit my side anyway, but
yes,
can you still copy, Dan? Go ahead, please.
Yeah, still got you there, Danny. Yeah, and you're about 5 and 5 now, so we've had a good 15-20 minutes here, so it's been enjoyable. And tell Alan hello. I think it's 108 Echo 108. I did work him about half an hour ago maybe. I'm losing track of time, but the conditions were not so strong, and it's a no copy from my end at the moment. I'm not hearing them, so if you send him my best regards there, and you can have a frequency. I'm going to go and get a drink anyway, and maybe come back in and see if there's any more short skip there. Been a pleasure, Danny, and hopefully we catch you maybe over this sporadic E-season again, or if not, it'll be next year again maybe. So 108, where is it? I've wrote it down. 108 Romeo Oscar 116. 163 Oscar Papa 110. Nice to hear our broth coming down to Tenby, Wales there. And back to you for the final, mate. And have a frequency, Danny. Been a pleasure, mate. And I'll upload this later on. Have a good one, mate. Stay safe. 73.
Okay, then. A great pleasure as always. Alan, they can't copy you at the moment, I'm sorry to say. Yeah, Dan, you're 5 and 5 also, but the radio is superb. It's always crystal clear. I like that studio mic of yours there. Okay, a very good day, and many thanks, Dan. It's been a real pleasure to speak to you again. Hopefully over the summer we can have some other conversations here. I wish you a very good afternoon, and many thanks, Dan. Bye-bye.
Cheers, all the best, Danny, and all the best to Alan there. Send my regards. 73.
Okay there, thank you. Yeah, Alan, go ahead, please.